Hey everybody, welcome back. I am the one and only Pop-Culture Junkie. Thank you for tuning in. We're checking out some more of my favorite items. That is the Funko Mystery Minis, with a little extra addition to the show this time. We're going to be unboxing 4 of the Suicide Squad Funko Mystery Minis. These are the little minis based upon the characters in the new Suicide Squad movie. And we're going to also talk a little bit about the actual movie. Well, let me state right here from the beginning, spoiler alert, okay? This is going to be a review on the movie. I will not spoil everything entirely, but if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to have any clue about what goes on in the movie at all, then stop and come back later, okay? Just want to throw it out there now. Spoiler alert, I may, review or blab something that you didn't want to know yet if you haven't seen the movie, so just, be forewarned. Okay. But no, I just recently saw Suicide Squad this past weekend, and I was so excited. Very, very excited to see it and anxious, and I've been waiting for it to come out. The trailers were just, very entertaining, and I couldn't wait. Now, let me backtrack a little bit. For those of you out there who enjoy the different Marvel and DC movies, okay, first of all, we know the DC and the Marvel movies are complete night and day in more ways than one. And of course, there's many Marvel movies that have been coming out since 2008, since Iron Man and the Hulk and so forth. Now, the DC movies, we had The Man of Steel, which I really enjoyed. I really liked that one, actually. I wouldn't say it was the best Superman movie ever, but it was really, really good. Batman v Superman. Okay, I did not care for it. I watched it twice. The second time I watched the special edition, or Ultimate Edition Blu-ray, which had an extra 30 minutes of footage. Thankfully, that at least filled in some gaps, because when I saw the original version of it, the editing was horrible. There was so much happening where you would go from point A to point D, and you never knew what happened with point B and C. Like, how did you get from here to here? I don't understand this. And it just seemed like really bad work on their editing, or they expected you to be able to just, move from here to here without guessing anything or questioning anything. But anyways, I was not a big fan of Batman v Superman. Just didn't care for how they shot it as far as the editing. I thought they put a whole bunch of stuff in at once that could have easily been either a two-parter, or they could have just simply taken parts of the movie and made one movie, and taken another part of the movie and made a different movie later on. Like the whole Batman vs. Superman fight, I thought that could have been its own movie, and then the Superman Doomsday storyline, that could have been its own movie as well. I've been waiting 20 plus years for a Superman versus Doomsday film that still has not come to, in my opinion, it still has not happened the right way, and I'm still waiting for that one day, because we have the technology now where we could have some really good special effects. We could make Doomsday look the way he did in the comics, and we wouldn't necessarily have to be complete CGI, because there's so many advances in the actual props and costumes that you can make a believable Doomsday using regular, real items, not just a computer. Anyways, there were parts of the movie that were okay, but for the most part, was not a fan of Batman v Superman. So I did have some hesitations going into Suicide Squad, because we were going to get the same Batman in this one. Spoiler alert, Batman is in Suicide Squad. Not in the entire movie, but he does show up in the movie. And so that was one thing I didn't look forward to, because I did not care very much for Ben Affleck as Batman. That's my own personal opinion. Again, let me state that. These are all my personal opinions. You the viewer, have your own opinions, and you're welcome to share them with me. Post your comments below. But again, I just did not care for Ben Affleck's portrayal of Bruce Wayne or Batman. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to check out the mystery minis, and we're going to continue talking about the movie. First of all, I'm going to let you know right now, as far as how I like the movie Suicide Squad, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a solid 8. I'm going to give it an 8. Okay, and that's pretty good, considering I went in with some low expectations because of how they did Batman v Superman, and the storyline does connect to Batman v Superman. And you do find out, like, I remember hearing about Suicide Squad. There were a lot of rumors going around. People were saying, okay, when does this take place? Does it take place before, after, maybe even during Batman v Superman? When does the Suicide Squad actually take place in that storyline or timeline? And again, spoiler alert, you learn right away from the very beginning of the movie, within the first about 15 minutes actually, you find out that Suicide Squad is taking place after Batman v Superman. They give you a flashback of the funeral for Superman. Spoiler alert there if you haven't seen Batman v Superman. You do get some really awesome flashbacks in Suicide Squad, which I really like because they help to show some background of the characters, like Harley Quinn, the Joker, Deadshot. You see a lot of backstory on there. I really enjoyed the Harley Quinn Joker flashback. I think they kind of made it to where they gave you just a little taste and it left you wanting more, because I did want to see more of the history leading up to where they are now. And I'm sure they shot a whole bunch of extra footage, and there's going to be some kind of ultimate Blu-ray special edition with another 30 minutes or so of viewing time. But let's go ahead and open up. We're going to see what we got. I have had a few already. As you can see here, we got a Boomerang, Harley Quinn, and Deadshot. The ones on here now, we got Boomerang, we got Deadshot, we've got Harley Quinn, a different version of Harley Quinn. We got Katana, Diablo. I think that's an unmasked Deadshot. And then we got a couple other Jokers down here, and we don't have a Joker yet. I'm waiting to see if we come across one. But these are, of course, the Funko Mystery Minis, and as you can see, I've got a couple. All right, let's go ahead and open up one at a time, and we're going to see what ones we have. Now, I do have two different pairings I'll share here. Okay, I have two of the Funko ones of Mystery Minis that I just picked up at some random box store. I don't remember where I got these at, but I do have two others I picked up at GameStop, as you can see, and these have exclusive Joker and Harley Quinn variations there. So as you see, there's a different kind of Harley Quinn, and then you have different Jokers. So there's a possibility of all types of different Jokers we might get. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with a GameStop one and see which one is inside here. But now, if you're watching, let me know what you thought of Suicide Squad. I definitely want to hear other people's opinions and see how they came out of the theater. If they were impressed, if they were disappointed, they were shocked. Let's see. First Suicide Squad item. And can't tell who it is. Let's see, we've got, oh yes, got Katana. Awesome, she looks sweet. Yes. Oh, cool. Okay, head rotates. All right, cool. Got the sword. Awesome. Excellent. All right. All right, let's go on to our second GameStop exclusive GameStop ones. Let's see what we have in here. Alright, drum roll everyone. Can't really tell who's in here. Yes! We have a Joker. Awesome! One of the GameStop exclusive ones. And, this one looks kind of... Oh, it's a glow-in-the-dark one. Awesome! Okay. His hands are really clear, as you can see there, but yeah, it's a glow-in-the-dark one. Awesome. Excellent. Got a Joker to go with my Harley Quinn. Excellent. Okay, those two there were the ones I picked up at GameStop, and I did get one GameStop exclusive. That's excellent. So now let me go back a little bit more with the movie Suicide Squad. I like how they started off the movie with all the villains are in their respective jails, prisons, etc. There's still a couple that are out doing jobs, and they pick them up and whatnot. But what I really liked is how they introduced the characters with a lot of storybook or comic book elements. You had like when they introduced Harley Quinn, you see they have her in her cell just like you see in the trailer, and then you have her name come up on screen and all her stats, and it even says some other things that she's done. You got to pay attention because it actually shows some stuff or lists some things. You're kind of like, oh wow, that's cool. They didn't show this, but they point that out. This way you know what's happened in this universe of Batman, because it's a new Batman universe, not like the Nolan or even way back Tim Burton, whatever. But I like how they introduced the characters that way. I guess one criticism I would give them is I've been a fan of Will Smith since Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I remember watching that show all the time, and I liked Bad Boys, Independence Day. I even liked when he did like Ali. I thought he did a good job in there. But honestly, if you've seen Will Smith in a lot of his movies, he's Will Smith, or he's the Fresh Prince or whatever. He comes off as just this is his natural self, I guess. And so I just see him as that same person in every role he does, in a lot of roles, not every role, but a lot of them. And to me, I'm not personally familiar with Deadshot. I've not read a whole lot about Deadshot in the comics, so I don't know exactly how he is in the comics versus how Will Smith portrayed him. But I saw a lot of just Will Smith dressing up in this outfit and being Deadshot, but he's Will Smith. So I didn't see anything different there. Not that I expected anything different, because like I said, almost every movie I've seen Will Smith in, he comes off as the same kind of character. There's a lot of actors like that, though, of course. You see them in any movie, whether it's a drama, comedy, or whatever, they still come off as the same person. It's just, some people are like that. I really did like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I thought the look was awesome, but she also really played the character off really well as someone that, guys are going to be attracted to her. At the same time, she will kill you. So you might want to stand back. She really did that very well. Now, since we unboxed the Joker and bring it up. Joker, Jared Leto. Joker, okay? Jared Leto portrayed the Joker. First time we've seen Joker on screen since Heath Ledger portrayed him about 8 years ago. And I know everyone was like, oh, it's too soon. But really, it's been 8 years. I'll give it that. It's been 8 years. That's a long time, actually. Tim Burton's Batman was in, 1989, 90 time. And then we didn't get Heath Ledger Joker till 2008. That's a very long time. But anyways, I find it hard to judge necessarily as far as people saying, oh, so who's better? Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Cesar Romero, Mark Hamill. Okay, you can't forget that. And it's too difficult to judge that way because every Joker has been completely different in its own way, whether it's from the animated series, the Batman 66 show, or any of the live-action movies we've had over the last 20, 30 years. I think he did a good job because he's a very talented actor. Jared Leto did a very good job. But I think I would have liked to have seen more of the Joker in other settings than what they showed us. I liked the ones we got because it did give you an idea of what kind of a psychotic man Joker is. And I know they had a whole lot of people they had to try to tell a story about, which I think a few got lost in the shuffle. Like Katana, we didn't really get a whole lot. That felt a little rushed to me. Reptile. Killer Croc seemed like they could have done a lot more there. Don't even get me started with Slipknot. Don't even get me started with that. But yeah, I think they could have done a lot more where they put in more storyline with the characters, and maybe that's the extra footage we'll get when we get a Blu-ray. Because actually, the movie itself only was about 2 hours. I was surprised at how short the movie came out. Because when I started watching the movie, that movie ended. I was like, whoa, it's only been a couple hours. I figured to be at least 2.5 hours, like Batman v Superman, or somewhere along the line. All right, let's move on to our final two Suicide Squad Funko Mystery Minis. Probably talked everyone's ear off enough. But again, if you enjoyed the movie, if you didn't like the movie, either way, I want you to post some comments below and let me know what you thought, and share your opinion, because I want to know what everyone else thinks. All right, let's go on to this guy here. We've got, we got our first double. Got another boomerang. All right, it happens. Okay, it happens with the mystery minis. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Our last one. All right. Final Suicide Squad mystery mini, and it is. Well, let's see. Oh, nice. Okay, we've got Flag. Rick Flag, is that correct? I believe that was his name. Excellent. This is the person that's in charge of the Suicide Squad, making sure they stay, they keep in line, basically. And the actor that portrayed him, I'm spacing right now, did a really good job. I really liked his portrayal. One scene that really stood out for me for whatever reason, it wasn't even that big of a scene really, is when the military is at the prison where a lot of the bad guys are being kept, and they are checking them out or testing them to see who is worthy of being part of the Suicide Squad. And it's the scene with him and Will Smith, whenever he's having Will Smith, Deadshot of course, do some practice shooting. And I don't know why, but that scene really stood out. But very good job on that actor's part. Okay, guys, gals, thank you so much for watching. These are the, again, Suicide Squad Funko Mystery Minis. And just thought I'd unbox a few and share my opinions on what I enjoyed about the movie, what I thought they did well and didn't do well and such. I will point out, if you haven't seen Suicide Squad yet and you're on the fence, I do recommend going to see it in theaters. I don't see every movie in theaters as much as I'd like to sometimes. I kind of pick and choose. Used to be I'd see every movie possible, but nowadays I pick and choose. And another added note, I went to go see it in 3D, and I do recommend seeing it in 3D, actually. I don't see very many movies in 3D. It's just not something I jump for. But it was pleasantly surprising to me how well they did putting 3D elements in this movie. So I definitely recommend, if you have the ability to go see it in 3D, do it. Okay, so thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing of more of my awesome mystery minis. I hope you do enjoy the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and hit me up with a thumbs down. If you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on all my previous unboxings. Got playlists out everywhere on Mr. Minis, wrestling unboxings, video game unboxings, and so much more. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching and for your continued support. I am the one and only Pop Culture Junkie. I will see you next time.